Hey you guys, happy Wednesday, happy hoop day. I'm Laura with Chocolate to Chocolate Designs. Say hi when you jump on, hit that heart button for me. Let me know that you are here and that you are watching tonight. And we're doing a project that's by special request. So I had somebody who sent me a message and said, I'm struggling with this project. Please do it live. And I am always happy when you guys send me an idea or something that you want me to do and to show you. So, y'all, when you jump on, type the word 12. Not the number 12, but the word 12. TWELVE. And that's going to get you the supply list for all the things we're using tonight. Y'all, I'm blinded by my light today, too, for some reason. I don't know why, but it's hurting my eyes. We'll deal with it. All right. So let me get over here and see if I can get my video pulled up. See all my friends as you guys are jumping on there. Make sure you type in that keyword. Ooh, loud video. Let me know you are here. Stop doing that. Hi, Sissy. Hello, everybody. Oh, my gosh. Why does it say shapes? I changed that. What? You guys. I'm going to unpin that because it shouldn't say shapes, you guys. I know I changed it to 12. 12 is the key word, y'all, not shapes. 12. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Kim. Hello, Ruth and Linda. Hi, Dottie. Hi, Pam. Hello, Kathy and Teresa. Hello, Joanne and Tracy. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Wanda K. Hello, everybody. Hey, Cheryl. Hello, Maxine. Hi, Christina. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Sissy. Hello, Jackie Meeks. Hello, Renee and Brittany. You guys are awesome. Hello, everybody. Hey, Kathleen. Hello, Renee. Oh, and there's all my keywords coming in. So many people. I love it. Hey, Kathy. Oh, my gosh. Hi, Shelma. Yay. 12 is the keyword, you guys. TWELVE. If you haven't guessed it yet, we are doing the 12 days of Christmas. Hi, Colleen and Noemi. So this is the transfer. But this actually comes in a kit right here. Noemi, I'm glad you're here, girl. Hey, Pam. The 12 Days of Christmas comes in a kit. And this is the transfer. It's a C-size transfer. And then it also comes with, or you can get them sold separately, you guys. You can get them sold separately. It comes with this awesome hanging organizer. Now, I'm hoping I don't have to, like, shove all the stuff off my desk to make this project tonight, because it's pretty large, but this is what it is. I think it's awesome. It's, y'all, look at this. That's the back side, and this is the front. And there are little pockets where you can put a little gift for each one of the 12 days of Christmas. And I think that this is so adorable, so stinking cute. I love it. I love this whole idea of this. I almost feel like I need to make two so that I've got one for each kiddo. Or maybe I just have to get gifts that are small enough that I can put, I don't know. I can put one in Sonic the Hedgehog wrapping paper and another one in there with the, what is it that she's into? K-pop Demon Hunters. And the other one. So we're going to set that down there for just a second. And I'm going to grab out my transfer. Now, you guys, this transfer does not have any lines for cutting. However, in my personal opinion, it's going to be a lot easier for you if you cut this one into pieces. It's going to be a lot easier for you, for sure, if you cut this into pieces. So we're going to cut this into pieces tonight in order to make this work. And you guys, I looked at this, and I looked it over, and I had a stack of like, 8 colors going on for this. And I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Your oldest likes K-pop. All of my friends' kids love K-pop too. It's like the biggest thing in the world around here. K-pop too. I even have to turn it on on Spotify on the way to school sometimes, and we all sing along. Hi, Carol and Tanya. So we're just going to take our transfer here. It doesn't have registration marks, like I said. I don't like to cut my backer sheet. Personal preference, you do you and however you want to do it. But I want to cut above the design here, but below where it says Ladies Dancing and Maids of Milking, so that those titles stay with the right photo. Okay? So just cutting my transfer. I probably could have done this ahead of time, but I didn't. And once you start cutting with your scissors too, it cuts pretty darn easily, especially with these transfer trimmers. Oh yeah, an ornament. That's a great idea. You know, I used to get an ornament from my grandma every single year for Christmas. Every person in the family got an ornament. And my sister is still jealous to this day, you guys, that I still have my unicorn and a bell. Or no, it's a pony and a bell. A pony and a bell. And hers broke a long time ago. And we have tried and tried and tried to find that darn pony and a bell for her, and we can't find it. Overall, today was good. Yay! It was a good day for me, too, y'all. It was. Again, I got a lot done. The party tent is officially finished, which is fantastic. No cut lines, no. So we're going to have to cut this one apart. Oh, and then I didn't put these back on the right spot, so it is what it is. We're just going to stick them back on here for right now. You're glad I'm doing this one? Okay, good. I'm glad I'm doing this one. If you guys are glad I'm doing this one. I wish it did have cut lines, y'all, because it would make it a lot easier if I could just score the transfer. But if there's not a cut line on it, then it makes it a little harder to stay on that. But the transfer trimmers are fantastic for this because, if you guys didn't know this, our transfer trimmers are non-stick. And so when you're cutting a sticky adhesive transfer, it's better to have scissors that don't stick to it. You get your grandson's ornaments every year. They'll treasure them, y'all. They will. When they're my age. And the favorite, they've got the favorite one of somebody else and it's still intact. And you can go, nana, nana, boo, boo. Because that's what I do to my sister. Mama's in the house! Y'all, if I could ever find that thing on eBay, though, I will buy her one. If ever I can find that same ornament again. I should post it in the VIP group. Watch. I'll do that, you guys. Watch, I'll find it. I'll pull it out at Christmas time, and I'll take a picture of mine, and but hers was brunette, and one of you guys will have it, and it won't mean anything to you. That's what's going to happen. I just know it. And you'll be like, here, Laura. You guys, I think I just made a mistake here by having my 10 over here. Hopefully I can get that. Don't let me forget that my 10 is mixed up in the wrong spot. All right, we got a couple more to cut. Because I am not trying to do this all in one piece. It's going to be way too hard to do. Oh, there's the sound. It's moving along nicely. Wow! All right. Sorry, you guys. I almost didn't even get my transfer out. Last minute, I'm like, oh, crap, my transfer. 3, 4, 5, 6. What's your shoulder? Oh, you'll be back to crafting. All right, we're almost there. Somebody's like, I'm going to go potty first. I'll come back. Y'all, I am not trying to put my transfers back on this sheet perfectly because we're going to use them in just a second. All right, last ones, and we're going to leave the top there completely intact. So you guys, Evan is leaving me tomorrow. He had a really bad day at school today. A really bad day. Apparently he got hit in the stomach with a dodgeball, and it was only a half a day. Oh, I love that, Mona. It was only half a day. He got hit in the stomach with a dodgeball, and then apparently he was on best behavior today, and he was all set for a prize, and then some other kid did something wrong and blamed him, and he lost out on his potential prize for good behavior. That's what he told me. He was all upset about that. So I called my aunt, and I was like, are you available? Like, can we do lunch today? Because you always make him feel better. And she wasn't available, so she said she's going to come get him tomorrow morning, and they're going to hang out for the day. And Allie can stay with me. And then she'll probably come take Allie on Friday. Because the kids don't have school again until Monday. Hi, Jan. Okay, you guys, we're almost done cutting this up. Almost. Okay. Now we have all our pieces cut. But I gotta move these. I can't. I know I'm gonna make a mistake if these are in the wrong spot. 12, 11, and 10. I had them. Oh, I mixed them up. I know, right? It wasn't fair, but I get it though, because he is not always on his best behavior. And so I don't blame the teacher for being skeptical about whether or not he was telling the truth. My kid's a storyteller. I don't know where he gets it from, but he can tell a story, y'all. All right. Here's the first thing that we're going to do. It's your Thanksgiving this weekend. Well, happy Thanksgiving, Carrie. Whoops. Whoop. I'm turning on my little bitty iron right now, okay? Because with this thing here, let's do this while the iron heats up. So I've got this, it's got this rod that's in here. We're going to pull this rod right out of here to start off with. And I'm just going to set this aside for right now and set my rope aside as well. And I want to darken this thing. I don't want this to be this color. So I'm just going to take a piece of my paper here. You guys know I like to keep my surface clean. I don't want my stain to get all over my advent calendar, so we're going to keep it off the table altogether. And I'm going to use this stuff here. So this is by Dixie Belle. It is walnut color, no pain gel stain. So listen, we used to have this available in my shop. Through Chalk Couture, you used to be able to get this color, the walnut one. However, we have since stopped carrying the walnut color. But that does not mean that you can't still get this directly through Dixie Belle. So I'm still going to use it because it's still something that you could potentially get, just not through me. Nice to see you too, Robin. How are you doing? All right. I'm just going to take a towel here, and I'm probably going to get this all over my fingers. I usually do. These are just the cheap towels that I get at Walmart. I think you get like 10 in a pack, something like that. And I use these as rags, essentially. And I'm going to tear off a piece of this. Give it a couple of good folds. Terry, the keyword for tonight is actually 12. Shapes was last night, but I think I forgot to change it in my thing. So 12 is going to get you the information for tonight. If you guys don't mind, since you guys are on, if you'll just type that in the comments every once in a while, that the keyword is 12. Or when you see somebody type shapes, let them know that 12 is the keyword. So I don't have to keep repeating it because I'll forget. Keyword is 12. Thank you so much. All right. We're just going to take some of this No Pain gel stain, and I'm going to paint this, or I'm going to stain this, I should say, with this darker, richer color. And so all I'm doing is just, you guys have stained stuff before, I'm sure. You just rub it on there. It's really simple. Make sure you get your edges. And then I can let this dry while we're working on our project. And the whole thing will be good to go by the time that we're done. Okay. Thank you for the stars, Carol. Carol, I have all of your stuff boxed up. I just didn't send you an invoice yet. I know you're waiting for it. And for those of you guys who made a claim, it's all I can say on the live, you guys. Everything that I could mail out today, I did mail out. So y'all know. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dry this end of this really quickly just so I can grab it without getting the stain all over my fingers. And then I can turn this around. What a gorgeous color though, right? The walnut was my favorite. And it's probably the reason why it sold out faster than the other two did. Hi, Belia. Now, I missed some of this end. So we'll just fix that up a little bit. Hi, Deb. There we go. And now we can finish off this rod for our project. And I think that this is just gonna make it look so much better. Hi, Sandy. You're crafting right now too? Awesome. We went up to Hobby Lobby today and we got Allie some more craft supplies today. She wanted some pony beads because she's been making these bracelet things. And she needed certain colors that she didn't have. It's a good color, isn't it? Love it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set this over here to dry. It's going to dry relatively quickly. And I need to put my lid back on here and give it a good whack to make sure that this is definitely closed. You don't want to leave your stain open. So this has an odor to it, in case you guys need to know that, but it's nowhere near as strong of an odor as a regular stain would be. Thank you, Carol. Here comes my itchy nose again. So I'll set this over here on the ground for a little bit until we're ready to put it back together, and then that should be nice and dry when we're ready. All right, Christina. Itchy everywhere for some reason. Okay, so now my iron is all heated up. We're going to start with one pocket at a time, just to be sure. Actually, we're going to start with a piece at the top. So what I want to start off doing before I do anything else is I'm going to grab my little heat press thing, and we're going to give this a good iron. Ironing this to get out all your wrinkles is going to help tremendously with making sure that your design goes on here smoothly, okay? I've got this thing pretty darn hot. I'm only using my small one tonight. And you guys, we have all night tonight. I don't have to get up early tomorrow. Kids have no school. My alarm will be turned off. I can stay up as late as I want to. I don't have a bedtime tonight. I love it. The only person in the house that does is John. Okay. Where did I put my ink mat yesterday? Here it is. All right, so I'm going to start off with one of my ink mats. This one right here is the one that I used for the lumbar pillow the other day. And we're going to put this right underneath this calendar, okay? Just like so. Give it a good pull and a tug. And make sure we get out all of... She was looking for beads and an elastic. Beads and elastic. And we got everything she wanted. All right. So like I said earlier, I had a stack of colors up here, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go a little bit more simple tonight. Because we've been doing a lot of mixing, a lot of colors. We're still going to mix. But I'm going to mix just 2 colors together for our project tonight. And I'm going to need quite a bit of this. So I actually think I threw a jar away earlier today. I also took out my garbage earlier today. I should have just saved that jar. So forgive me, you guys, but I'm going to dig it back out because it was black ink. It was black ink. We're going to use black ink tonight. Hopefully there's not too much left in here. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to mix a little bit of black ink, and there's not a lot left in here, so hopefully it doesn't get too dark. And I'm going to mix this with some shimmer copper. These 2 colors, when mixed together, are absolutely gorgeous. It's this dark, a dark copper. It's the best way to put it. It's a dark copper color, and it just looks amazing. And what I've got left in this jar that I threw away is more than enough probably to make the color exactly the way that I want it. So here we go, you guys. And this is ink, by the way. We're not using paste today, but you could. If you wanted to use paste for this project, you absolutely could if you don't want to heat set it, because you're never going to wash this. So you can do either one. All right, let's see how dark this gets with the black that was left in the jar. I do want it to be mainly copper, but to have more of a darker tint to our copper. And then I got to make sure that I've got enough to do this whole project in this jar. And I don't think that I've got enough, but I think I'm definitely getting my desired color. So let's add some more copper to this until I have enough to do the entire project. Let's just pour. Let's just pour. Because I would think I'm going to need quite a bit. That's probably much closer to what I need. So pretend I mixed copper and black together. That's how I'm getting this color that I'm getting. It's more like a bronze. Hi, Elizabeth. More like a bronze. Ooh, you guys. This is totally what I'm glad that I kept that I didn't take my garbage out and throw that away. I'm glad that I already took my garbage out. I mean, this jar was still in there because it was the perfect amount of black. All right, I'm hoping that we have enough. If not, we can mix some more and put it in this jar. But look at that color that's in there. Can you guys see how gorgeous that is? Nancy, we're doing the Advent calendar tonight. It's available in my shop as a kit. And I think that it's really, really cute. All right. Here we go. Let's give it a try, you guys. Let's check out this color and see what happens. So the 12 Days of Christmas. Now, I'm going to put mine down low because I actually want to decorate the top of this when I'm done here. So we're going to put this right in the middle. And I'm going to give this a really good push. Get out all of those air bubbles that were in there. I'm going to lay out my mat right now for my dirty colors, my dirty transfer. Comment 12. Thank you, you guys. And we're just going to pick up some of this shimmer copper mixed with black. And we're going to go right, oh my gosh, you guys, it's like bronze. Very, very, very light-handedly. And just letting that fall into the silk screen. If we missed any sections, we can always come back and we can do it again. Where did you get the green sprig that came in the... I got it on Amazon. And they came in a pack of like 72 or 60, depending on which one. There was a lot of them in there, though. It was definitely a bulk order. But they came from Amazon. And you guys, I made my own Dawn Power Wash last night to test that recipe, and it works. It works. So I'm super, super excited that now I can make my own Dawn Power Wash at home. So thank you, Carol, for letting us know about that. Oh, you guys, I'm hoping that I don't have any air bubbles in there. So when I'm going from the bottom and then going back up, I am kind of giving this a little bit of pressure to push down any air bubbles that might be right there before I actually pull my squeegee up in that direction. Because I changed directions in order to stay on the transfer right there, okay? The recipe is shared on the page, Kathy. It's right on the page. Like, I don't know, two posts below this video. It's not far down. All right, here we go. All right, so there's a couple of spots where I can come back and I can hit it with a little bit more. I'm lifting up slowly and just kind of seeing if there's anything that I missed. And if so, I can add more ink to it right in those spots. But at the same time, I do kind of want this to be a little bit rustic looking. So if I don't get everything, then I'm okay with it, really. That S right there, though. Let's hit that a little bit better. You guys, what do you think of that color? I love it! It's posted on the page, you guys. Look at that color. Isn't that gorgeous? It's not shimmer copper. It's not black. It's the two of them combined, which kind of makes a bronze color. And I just love it. All right, I'm going to set this one over here. Spray it down with some water and some power wash. And we'll let that one start to go. I missed that. What was that? Instead of that being... I missed the comment, now I don't see it. Instead of that being Christmas chocolate fun transfers for girls. Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, you can do so many things. Thank you. Oh, man, now my iron's going off. All right, so before I do anything else, we're going to get this thing nice and dried up, okay? And we're going to heat set the whole thing all at one time. But I don't want to move on to the next step until this is dry so I can fold it backwards and get this out of my way. Hi, Victoria. It's my favorite vintage color, you guys, to add black and shimmer copper together. So pretty. It looks like brown from there. When I hold it up to show you, you'll see the true color. Hi, Bridget. It's definitely not brown. All right, I think I got that dry enough. All right. So now I'm done with this ink mat. We're done with this one now. We've got to move on to a different ink mat. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to use. Oh my gosh. I need a bigger craft space, y'all. Looks like it's espresso. Absolutely you can. Yes, you can. All right, let me hold that up so you guys can see that color really, really well. It's not brown. It's more of a bronze color. Hopefully you can see that a little better close up. To me, it's like the perfect vintage color. Yeah, you can see that now. For sure. Christy, on my page, there's a recipe for the Dawn Power Wash. You just scroll a couple down from this video, and there it is. All right, you guys. So the next thing that I want to do, I have got a piece of cardboard out, and we're going to use the cardboard first. And what I want to do is just kind of measure out this piece of cardboard to be the same size as my pockets. And hopefully all my pockets are the same size. Okay, thank you. And we're just going to take a box cutter first. And I'm going to cut a square the size of my pockets, a rectangle, I guess, because I went a little bit longer than a square. That's okay. As long as it fits inside the pocket, that's all that really matters. And we're going to start with the first pocket here for the first one. So I'm starting off with a piece of cardboard first. Oh, it's definitely still too long. Or still too wide. I didn't think about the stitching. Let's go there instead. The keyword is 12, you guys. I'm sorry, I didn't change the thing that said shapes from last night. My bad. Well, I need a new blade, apparently. All right, let's try that. It's a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller now. And it should fit right inside that pocket. So again, we're going to do the same thing that we did last time. We're sticking that right in the pocket there. And then I'm going to take my iron and we're going to iron this pocket first. We want it to be nice and smooth. No wrinkles. No whammies. No whammies. And stop. All right. You guys remember that show? Now that we've got our pocket all nice and smooth, I have a piece of ink mat here, and this one's actually too big too. I thought it was going to be perfect. You never thought to do that? Yeah, my ink mat's too big. We're just going to kind of compare it to this then and give the ink mat a cut. So I have a piece of ink mat that I just cut down to fit these pockets a little bit better. If you don't want to do this, you can just use that piece of cardboard back there, and it should work all right because it's tight. Press your luck. Yes! That one in Supermarket Sweeps. I love Supermarket Sweeps. That one was my favorite. Supermarket Sweeps. All right, I'm going to put my ink mat in there. Yes, you could just leave the cardboard in there, but I'm going to use an ink mat because I've got them and I've got them already cut down. And we're going to press that down really, really well. And then we're going to grab this first one. This is our partridge in a pear tree because that's the first day of Christmas, right? And I'm going to put that right there in the center of this pocket, as centered as I can get it. That looks good. And we're going to continue to use that same color. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it when I mix colors. So we want to press this down really, really well and make sure that it stays pressed down as we paste through it, or as we ink through it. So I'm going to grab some more of my pre-mixed bronze color. I'm going to call it bronze. Because to me, that's pretty much what it is. Double Dare. I love Double Dare with Mark Summers. Yeah, girl. I watch that show all the time, too. All right, up here at the top, it's a little bit tricky. You might want to use some placement tape just to make sure that you don't go off of your transfer. Because once I cut this, it kind of made it close to that, close to the top of my transfer right there. And again, we're just gliding over the top. Wanda, you're still on the live right now. It's not the replay yet. And just very, very carefully going over the transfer. So I'm actually going to go in two different directions. Oops, here. Halfway down to keep the ink from moving around, and then come back up the other direction. And then very carefully, you guys, take all the rest of my ink off of there. Okay? Check my fingers. Yes, I'm doing them all the same, and then we're going to embellish this whole thing in a really awesome way. Yep, I want this to be vintage. All right, now I need to put it back down and put a little bit more right there because my word did not come through the way that I wanted it to. And there we go, pulling it off very, very, very slowly. Legends of the Hidden Temple. Oh my gosh! Y'all are talking all of those old Nickelodeon shows. I watched them all. Looks so good, doesn't it? Ah! I thought about doing 8 colors tonight. Honest to goodness, I thought. I had a whole stack of colors. And then I was like, you know what? No, I like the vintage look. I love the vintage look. Ooh, like old ornaments. And then I got a bunch of stuff over here we're going to decorate this with afterwards. So again, I'm going to make sure that this is nice and dry before I move my ink mat out of there. And you just want to take your time with it. So paste, I mixed black and shimmer copper to get this bronzy color. So with paste dries a lot faster than ink. On a project like this one where you're really taking your time, and you're getting, if you want it to be perfect, I recommend using ink, even though you could use paste. The consistency seems to stay more liquid. It doesn't dry out quite as fast as the paste does. And so you get more time to work with it before it starts to dry in the silk screen. So even if you don't heat set it, shimmer copper ink and black velvet ink. By the way, you guys, bright white ink is back in stock. If you guys didn't see that, bright white ink is back. It came back today. All right, so we've got that one in there again. You guys, we're just going to continue the same process. Moving on to our next one. And number 2 is the turtle doves. 2 turtle doves. And let's see if I can get these lined up so that so that this right here matches up with this one here, okay? I want these to go as straight as I can in a row across my pockets. And I think it's close enough. It's close enough. Now I'm a little bit scared up here because of how close that is to the end of my transfer. So I will take some, actually I'm just going to use masking tape because it's right here. Thank you. And I'm just going to put that masking tape right at the top edge of my transfer, just so that I don't accidentally go off of it and end up getting it on that surface there. So even if you don't heat set this, it's just fine. You're going to be singing this song the entire time. You're doing square. You can get away with not heat setting this since you don't have any plans to put this in the wash machine. Use a ruler. I could use a ruler. I'm going to eyeball it, but yes, if you want it to be absolutely, totally perfect, then using a ruler would be the way to go. I seem to think that sometimes when things are a little bit non-perfect, they look more genuine, more homemade. The link to my workbench. Frequently requested items, Husky workbench. Whoops. Paste. Enter. There you go. There's the link to my workbench. Right there. I love that program, you guys. In 2 seconds, I can get you what you need. I love it. I'm not going to comment any further on that, but my own comment just made me giggle. Oh, man. All right. I'm being careful with these words just because the letters are so teeny tiny. I think I went off of it just a smidge. Just a smidge. All right, we got it all covered. We didn't go off on that side. We might have a little bit on this side, though. And let's see what we get. Look how stinking pretty that is. All right, I actually need to go back over that again where the words are at, because I was too careful. And then didn't get enough of my ink down there. So pull it off slowly. Hi, Sam. That way you can come back in and you can lay it back down if you missed any spots and make sure you got them done perfectly. Now, had I not cut this up like I did, then I would be moving a transfer that was inked on from space to space, and I'm risking then having any of my paste or my ink going in the places that I didn't want it to be. So by cutting it, I'm eliminating that possibility. Hi, Mary. Oh, we have 12 of these to do. Eek. Do you guys want to do all 12 right now, or should we just do the first top row? And then I can finish this and post a picture of it, but we'll go ahead and do all the accessories tonight. Because it's going to be pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be very repetitive. It's going to be very repetitive for each pocket to do the whole thing, but it's up to you guys. I do have a Facebook, yes. You're not some spammy though, are you? Don't be a spammy. You guys tell me what you want to do. You want to sit here and watch me do each pocket? Thank you, Diane. Or should we just do the top row since it's going to be repetitive for the last 12? Or the last 8? The word is 12. Thank you. Where's my thingy? There it is. Thank you, Victoria. All right, next pocket. And you guys see there's actually a line right here where it's been folded. And so by ironing this up, we're going to get it nice and smooth. Just the first row. Okay, we'll do just the first row. I say just the first row too. Because on the East Coast where I live, you guys, it gets late really fast. And to see the whole finished project for some people, they got to go to bed. They got to go to bed. They got to go to bed. And I get it. I get it. There are nights when my project goes until 11 o'clock and I'm like, ugh. And you guys, I think you guys can even tell that by the time that 11 o'clock hits, I'm like dead tired. And I'm not funny anymore. I'm just kind of like, ugh. It hits me hard by 11. I will definitely, I'll just do the top row for right now, but I will finish this up tonight or tomorrow, and I'll post a picture of it on the page for sure. All right, here's our head. Hi, Arlene. But you guys, the color is gorgeous. The color is gorgeous, to say the least. I love it. All right, again, I'm going to go with some masking tape up here. And I think on the bottom this time too, just because it does get very, very close on the bottom. And that way I don't have to be quite so careful. Sometimes, Kim, sometimes the funnier I get more funny as I get tired. Sometimes I don't. And I can tell when I don't. All right, here we go. Number 3. We're going to do 4 of them, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the embellishments. And I can finish up the rest of them at a different time. Either tonight or tomorrow morning. Evan's going with Mimeo. I'm sleeping in. The tent's done. And believe it or not, I've got most of my work done right now. Today was a big day. All right, I'm going to press this down one more time just to make sure that I get those words really, really well down on there. And I think I'm going to go over the words first, just to get that silk screen to really stick right there. And then on this banner, I'm going from edge to the middle. Don't shut off on me. I'm not done with you yet. Stay on. Your husband tells you to go to bed when you start laughing at everything? I get giggly when I drink, too. I don't drink often. All right, let's see how it looks. I'm afraid to do too much more without starting to pull it up. But now I have it all over my fingers. So make sure you guys are checking your hands, checking your fingers, and not touching it with any ink on your fingers, okay? because you'll regret it. You'll end up with a fingerprint smudge and you'll be like, oh no, what have I done to my project? I have an air bubble this time, you guys, so I'm hoping that I did it okay and that it didn't smudge out. We will soon find out. Okay, once again, you guys, the French hens one. Kim, yes. There we go. Oh my goodness. This looks awesome. I love the color. I so love the color. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Me too, the Sonic ones. Oh, I'm so glad that I mixed black and shimmer copper together instead of doing my other color choices. This is just going to look very my style for sure. All right, nice and dry. Before we pull our ink mat out. Now we're on to the last one that we're going to do tonight. We're just going to do first 4 tonight. I will finish this up tomorrow with the rest of them. Again, you guys, cardboard first. Iron it first. Definitely make this color for your vintage stuff. For sure. And now it's already in a jar, so if I have any left over, I can just keep it. I probably will keep this one for myself. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Maybe. I can always make another one, though. I can always make another one. And that's the thing, you guys. Like, I tell you guys everything's for sale because I can always make another one if I want it that badly. All right, here's our birds. This is the last one we're going to do right now. Thank you, classy. I love that word. This is a very classy color. All right, pushing that down as hard as I can, making sure that I've got that lined up as well as I could with the previous design. But what I did not do I get all the shirts and sweatshirts that I make, though. I'm going to name this one Bronze. I'm going to call this one Bronze because to me it's bronze. That's what it looks like to me. It's bronze. All right, and I don't want to hold on to my jar because I want to be able to make sure that I'm pulling this tight if it starts to pull up at all. And then I'm coming down here and I'm doing the one that says the calling birds last. Okay, I want to make sure that when I do those words, I have no air bubbles and I'm being extremely careful. So basically what I want to do is I want to go over the words first with my ink. Not too loaded up of a squeegee though. Because that, once you go over that with your ink, that's going to kind of force those words to stick to your calendar thing. And then we're going to go from the top to the middle. And you guys see, you can't even see over here very well. And then from the bottom up. And that's how we're going to avoid a lot of that, a lot of mistakes right here with such a small piece. Now the corner over here wants to pull up, so I'm going to use my finger and just pull that tight as I possibly can. And that should get us the best transfer by doing those words first, okay? Oh, I went off. Oh, no. That time I did it. I definitely did. I should have taped better on that one. Darn it. All right. Again, not pulling it all the way up so I can check it. I did go off it just a smidge right there. And I do need to go over this one more time because I did not get it pressed down enough to get my color to really go through that silk screen. You also don't want to have your squeegee overloaded when you're doing a very, very, very fine area where the words are so small and detailed. Put bling over it? Maybe. Let's see if that helped. Oh yeah, for sure it did. Okay, good. Little smudge right here in the corner, you guys, where I got it off the transfer. Try to remove it with a Clorox wipe. Sometimes it comes off if you get it right away. Okay, let's try. Let's try. I'm going to close up this ink for right now. I have Clorox wipes right here. Hopefully it doesn't smudge it. That's my scare. That's my scare, is that it'll smudge. Oh, but I've got some on my fingers. Ah! I'm going to try to dab instead of rub, you guys. And it's not coming off. It's going to stay there. Oh, well, a little mistake. I won't use bleach because it's not white. As soon as I dry it with this thing, it's going to heat set a little bit. So, and I have to dry it in order to move on to the next thing I want to do. So it is what it is. It is what it is. You used alcohol to get it out? Maybe. And a Q-tip? I can try a bunch of different stuff, but I think that because of the heat of this, it just might be too hot and start to dry in there. It lightened it up a little bit though. All right, so let me show you guys what we've got right now. Put that sheet back on there. This is what we've got so far. We're not going to do the last 8 pockets at the moment, but look at how stinking adorable that is. So cute, right? Do you guys love that color? Looks very, very vintage to me. I think that that's a very, very vintage looking color. And I love this. Thank you. All right, so here we go. Next up, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do the embellishments on here because it's not going to get in the way of what I'm going to do down here later. So, and let's see. I think I want to put my stick on there first. Remember that one that we took off earlier? Thank you, Kim. The one that we took off earlier, and we went ahead and we stained it up, and now look at how well that matches. It's a mixture of shimmer copper with black velvet. So now having this stick a darker color, and I don't remember how this was, but I think it went through there. And then maybe the other side went through here. I don't remember. But if I need to change it, I will. Peroxide and a Q-tip and got ink out. Okay, I can try a bunch of different stuff. Then you guys are giving me lots of tips. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You guys look at it now with that, with the stained color on that stick right there. Oh, it looks amazing. Oh my goodness. That right there definitely was a good choice to stain the stick. Okay, here we go, you guys. One thing that I want to do, we're going to add some embellishments right up here to the top so that it doesn't look quite so plain as what it does right now. Okay, so, let me see here. I didn't pull out my greenery because it was stuck. It's still stuck. I have not gotten it unstuck. We're just going to give it a big old heave-ho right now and hope it comes out. We're going to use some gorgeous greenery on this. And this one right here was from Joann, y'all, because it's a bloom room. I never know where I get my stuff at. I still have a stack pile, a whole bunch of stuff from Joann, and I'm not going to throw it out just because you guys can't get it. Sorry, we're going to use it up. You'd all do the same thing. But I do need my things. There's my jiggers. There's my jiggers, my thingamajiggers. I just love, oh, this is perfect. This is the perfect one. With this greenery right here, I think that that looks gorgeous. It's already got the pine cones right there mixed in with it. Oh, how stinking cute is that? Oh. Hold on, though. I've got more. I've got more. I don't want to do holly because I think the holly berries being red is just, it just kind of doesn't work with the vibe that I'm going for on this. But I do love the way that this looks with the pine cones on there. A lot. A whole lot. And I'm using hot glue. We're going to glue this right down first. Don't even tell me. It's been plugged in this entire time, you guys. And yet it wasn't sitting on the holder right, and it's not hot enough. You've got to be kidding me. All right, so then let's lay it out, and then we'll glue it all down at the same time. So I've got those right there. And then I thought, let's go ahead and add in with that. I've got some rustic bells. And I just love doing rusted bells and rusted stars and all of that kind of stuff. And we're going for something that's more of this vintage vibe. So we're going to add some of these rustic bells right in here with it. Loving the rustic vibe, you guys. Ooh. That one started to come apart, so we're just going to twist it together so it stays. Maybe Oh, you bugger. Oh, you bugger. Fine, don't stay for me. I'll force you to stay. My water fell, a bunch of stuff. Okay. Where's the end? You've never seen bells on a vine like this? Again, Joanne, you guys, and they went out of business, which is so stinking sad. They're from Joanne, Kim. They're Bloom Room. Bunch of stuff I've had for a couple of years and haven't used up yet. Not going to pitch it. I'm going to use it. Because I like it. Alright, so we're going to make this side right here kind of match that side. Maybe put those bells right there. Oh, my wire cutters are fantastic, and they're from Home Depot. I love my wire cutters. Alright, and then I've also got some vintage stars also on a vine, just like the other ones, some rusted stars. And so we're going to go ahead and stick those in here as well, and those are going to go out farther. Maybe those should go under the bells. Oh, how cute! Does Hobby Lobby have them? You've seen them before? Okay, good. Good. Hobby Lobby might have them. Oh, you guys! So far, this looks amazing, does it not? Oh! Putting all the things in here that I love, 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 love. And, okay. There was something I wasn't sure if I was going to use, and now I think I might. I think I might. I've never used it before. It was brand new. But I actually have a ribbon that says Merry Christmas. And it's got a color very, very, very close to the one that we used on here. And so I think that we're going to go with this. I like this ribbon on this particular project. I just do. So we're going to cut a couple of strips here in whatever size I want. I'm eyeballing, you guys. And then another one that's shorter. Actually, you guys, I think that what I want to do here, because of because of the design on here, is cut two even smaller strips. Thank you. I think my glue gun's heated up now. Okay, so these right here are going to be our tails. So we're going to go ahead and dovetail the ends of these two. Just so that the Merry Christmas stays being Merry Christmas at the end of these. And we might even not keep them that long. But take some wire and wind each side together as the one group to glue each side. Yeah. Oh, I did. That's what I did. I took the wire. Oh, you mean like the entire group of it? I could, but this is really, really, really short for my bells. So, but I get what you're saying. Let's try that. Let's try that. I actually have some better wire than that. So well, let's just use that stuff that's there. Let's just use it. Eventually I'll find the end. Eventually. Let's try that because it's probably going to make it, like you said, easier to glue it if we have all of these pieces together. Just like so. And I can probably even go in between a little bit to make sure that I'm getting all of those pieces. Let's try it. I think this is going to work. I'm just trying to string it through there so that I don't end up pinching the foliage. Yeah. That worked out well, I think. You're in a neutral phase right now? I think I am too. Yeah, that will make it easier to glue it down. Just like so. Thank you for that. Oh, and I got the whole piece right here. Still left over. It helped a lot. Okay, good. All right, let's do it with this side too. I'll take your advice. I just wish that the wire on my bells was longer. But if we go right here, we should be okay. The keyword is not shapes, Diane. I'm sorry, I forgot to change it. The keyword is actually 12, written out, the word 12. 12 for the 12 days of Christmas. Oh, you bells, you better stay. Had to twist it closer. Now they're good. Okay. Look how stinking adorable that is. Oh my goodness. I so love it. So love it. Okay, we have glue now. We have glue. Let's glue these babies down. Right there. So stinking cute. That's going to take a minute. That's going to take a minute. My dryer doesn't have a cool set either. I wish it did. I put a lot of glue on there, you guys. Whoops. I put a lot of glue on there to hold that down. Oh, don't pop up too much. All right, let's go ahead and do these then. So I'm just going to make the bow by folding my pieces together and making loops. Why did I do that? I don't know why I did that. Y'all! Did I seriously just do that? It's not what I wanted to do. And we'll do it again the right way this time on this side. Making a couple of loops. Just like so. And then I'm just going to crisscross my loops. Okay, so you've got something like this. You would have to sew it down. Carol would sew it down because she's a sewer. I'm not a sewer. I am not a sewer at all. And then I can just take my little tail pieces here, and I do have them too long. Let's figure out how big we want them to be. Let's pinch this together real quick. Maybe right in here. You guys, something just doesn't seem right about this to me. It needs more. It needs more. Let's do more, you guys. Let's add some extra stuff to this. I have got this really, really pretty chiffon ribbon. Staple gun on fabric, though, I don't think it's going to work very well. It's going to go right through to my board. I have a sewing machine too, and I absolutely hate to sew. I don't know if is it just too big or what. Something's not right about it though. There's something that I don't like. Velvet cream ribbon, yes. Oh, velvet cream. Okay, let's try velvet cream. Come organize your girl. You should see mine. It's a hot mess. It's a total mess. All the time. I feel like it needs another loop. That's what it's missing. You guys, we need to make some smaller loops and put those in the front. I think that's what we need to do. It just looks like it's too wide. And it looks funny. So let's do this. I'm trying to figure it out as I go. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The loops were too big. But if we make some smaller loops, to go in the middle of it, now all of a sudden our big loops don't seem so big anymore. Does that make sense? Look at that, you guys. Now it looks like it looks good. Now it looks good. Now I really like that. And then I can take this piece here and put it on the back. And this piece here and put it on the back. And I'm just going to glue these right to the back of this. And these are our tails, but that way we've got both of our tails going in the same direction for the words. Okay. All right. Now let's try to just get it to go down. Let's do this. Let's do this, you guys. I'm even going to use the same stuff here. And wrap it right around the middle. And I can just give that a good tug right there and twist. I think that looks so much better. Okay, we got it. We got it. We just needed a couple of smaller spots right in the middle because it was just looking too full. You guys, that's cute. That's really cute. We're going to do something in the middle though. So let's put that down on there. I like the way that it looks. I like the ribbon a lot. I like the little smaller tails on it. And then I think right in the middle, you guys, let's go ahead and put some of this. You know what? I don't know if I want to use, we're definitely going to use, let me see here. I don't know. Like I've got some cinnamon sticks. I don't think that's going to work in the middle of that though. For a pop of color, we could use some of these blood oranges again that we really liked. Oh, we are definitely using the blood oranges, you guys. Look at how cute that looks in there. Oh my goodness. Oh! So let's go ahead and put that star anise stuff right in the middle of it. Let me find a big piece that's not broken. I think I found the right one. Oh my goodness. Is there a bigger one? Is there a bigger one? I like this one because it looks more like the Star of Bethlehem than the other one does, but it's got some shorter angles. We're going to get a good one in here. Let's go with that one. I like that one right there. Oh, yeah. You think the cinnamon, too? Maybe I just didn't like the sticks were so incredibly thick. It's too big of a stick. But we could cut these down and they could be half the size. I just don't know where I would put the cinnamon. You guys don't know where to put the cinnamon. Let's put the star thing right in the middle here. Okay, they're in half. Now where do I put them? Oh, I broke the anise. Oh, no. Hi, Crystal. I'm going to glue that piece back on there. You are not allowed to fall apart on me. It's too stinking cute. Where do I put this? Cinnamon behind the orange. Okay. Oh, yeah, buddy. Put it up under the bow. Have it coming out like the branches. I don't like how it looks out with the branches. I do like it under the orange, though. We'll glue it down right there, too, just to make sure that it stays. I do like it under the orange. Doing cherry and cranberry and mango. Ooh! That sounds yummy. I might have to keep this one for myself. I don't know if I can send this to anybody. It just might. Because the cinnamon sticks and all that stuff is kind of fragile. It might not make a delivery. It just might not make a delivery, guys. The cinnamon, the anise, the oranges, all of that stuff is going to be too fragile to ship. But man, it's going to smell awesome as decor, I'll tell you that. All right, we got to let that glue dry. We have to let the glue dry. But you guys, that right there. I think we've done it. And I don't think that I want to do anything more to it than what I've just done. I think it looks very vintage. I love it. I love it. I love it. Other than maybe just kind of bending some things in some different ways. I think... You did? I think that this is stunning. I do love it. Hopefully nothing falls off and I got it glued down. I did not. I bought the oranges from Amazon. Because yeah. I don't have time for that. I got them on Amazon. All right, you guys, let's take a look. I will finish up the other 8 pockets later. But what do you think? Do you love it? Yeah, you guys love it. I'm so glad. And y'all stuck around with me for that long to see this come together. And it absolutely looks fantastic. I love it, y'all. I think it looks great with that whole piece right up there on the top, just to really decorate that up. The rope is too long, for sure. But that's how it came. So you can untie this, and you can tie the rope up farther and cut it off. But yes, as it came, it's definitely too long. So, there we have it, you guys. There's my advent calendar for the 12 days of Christmas. Remind you of vintage. Yes, that's what I was going for. The vintage Christmas. I love the vintage Christmas. Thank you so much, you guys. I will finish this up. I will post a picture of it so you guys can see it. I don't think it's going to be tonight. It's already 11 o'clock. But there we have it. There's my rendition of the 12 days of Christmas Advent calendar. Hope you guys love it. And I'll see you all back here again tomorrow night. Okay? All right, y'all have a good one. I will see you guys later. Thanks so much for joining me. Questions, comments, concerns, please send me a message. And we can chat, okay? All right, you guys have a good one. Bye, everybody.